Retirement Advisors with the Gradient Investments weekly talking points for the week ending May 12th, 2023. I want to wish all you mothers out there happy Mother's Day. Hope you had a great weekend. Let's get into stocks. Equities are mixed across the major indices with the S&P 500 declining 0.24%. The Russell 2000 was down 1.04 and the NASDAQ was up 0.44. Now overseas and developed markets, which is the EFA, fell 0.63 while the emerging markets dropped 0.85%. The best performing sectors in the U.S. were communication services and consumer discretionary, while energy and materials were the laggards. Now by style, growth stocks continue to outperform value stocks. We've been seeing that a lot this year. Last year was the other way around. This year the growth has taken the lead. Let's get into fixed income. Despite rising concerns around the extension of the debt ceiling, interest rates rose just slightly. The benchmark 10-year Treasury yield added 2 basis points to end the week at 3.46%. You might remember about a year ago that was at 5%, so that has come down considerably. Commodities, the price of raw sugar has surged to 10-year records after extreme drought in key growing regions around the world, withered harvests from some of the world's biggest producers. Additionally, yields have been reduced due to high fertilizer prices over the last 2 years. Fertilizer has gone through the roof recently in the last couple of years, if you didn't know that. Meanwhile, demand remains strong as refined sugar is an important ingredient for baked goods, of course, candy, soft drinks, while sugarcane is used to produce ethanol fuel. So there's something new there. How about economic data? The Consumer Price Index, the CPI, rose 0.4% in May from the prior month, in line with consensus expectations. On a year-over-year basis, the CPI come down slightly to 4.9%, which is the lowest level in 2 years, just below the expectations for a 5% rate. So that is coming down a little bit, of course, slower than we wanted to see. Consumer sentiment fell to its lowest point in roughly 6 months as worries about the economy escalated in May amid the debt ceiling standoff. The preliminary index of sentiment for May fell to 57.7, which is a 9% drop from the prior month. And inflation expectations for the year ahead declined slightly to 4.5%, but long-term inflation expectations rose to 3.2% from 3%. I know he's trying to get to 2%. It's not going to happen anytime soon. There's just no way. Let's go to company news. Alphabet, which is Google, right, which is a contrarian choice, Core Select and G33 holding, presented to an extensive developer associates a conference last week showcasing impressive advancements in artificial intelligence, including the expanded capabilities of its controversial Bard operations, which is expected to raise Alphabet's potential for long-term growth. A little bit scary there, but shares were up 11.02% for the week. Let's go to Palo Alto Network, which is a Core Select and G33 holdings, rose 8.3% last week after a peer company pre-announced revenues that far exceeded expectations. Their outlook gave investors hope that industry spending is accelerating, leading to better sales across the sector this year. That actually has been a good stock. I know we've mentioned it a few times. Also PayPal. Let's get into PayPal, which is a contrarian choice, Core Select and G33 holding, fell 17.71% last week. Management announced quarterly results that beat consensus expectations, but guidance for the current quarter's margins were disappointing. So the investors did not like what they heard, and therefore it came down. And that's about it. That's it for this week's market commentary. Thank you so much for being part of our ARA family. If you'd like to get a hold of us, give us a call at 855-756-5700. Visit us at aradvisorsinc.com. Make sure you got our newsletter. Check out our Facebook and YouTube page, and share with anybody else. We're grateful to have you part of our family. God bless you. We'll see you again next week.